What fire springs forth? What bile does bubble? The black moon swings and the sky stirs trouble. By violent hands, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. Weird at night. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Are you a fan of classic 70s cuts and just can't get enough? Well, we have big news for you. Acclaimed songwriter Ryan Bryan, entirely unclothed, will sing every 70s hit he can remember to you anytime you want. Ryan Bryan Sings the 70s Naked and Sacred will bring back all the good times and none of the awkward sex, conversation, or drug inhalation that went with it originally. Ryan sings hits like I'm All Out of Love, Air Supply, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, Beth, Kiss, I'm All Out of Love, Air Supply, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, Beth, Kiss, I'm All Out of Love, Air Supply, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, Beth, Kiss. For a limited time only, you can catch Ryan Bryan Sings the 70s Naked and Sacred for 3 payments of only $14.99. Operators are standing by. Ryan Bryan Sings the 70s Naked and Sacred is available now. Get into the groove. What is up, everybody? It's Patrick Galactic. This is Weird at Night, and it's our 30th fucking episode. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? When I was just young, recently turned 40-year-old, 3.5 months ago, I had no idea that from this really seemingly stupid idea that I had, this wellspring of beauty has come from it. And that beauty, my friends, is you. Welcome to Weird at Night. I'm Patrick Galactic. This is your cosmic destination for creative conversation, and we're glad you're here. So it's our 30th episode, and I told you all that the theme was Dirty 30. And boy, or person, we have a show for you, okay? So, as a celestial entity, I think we can all acknowledge, because we're truth-telling creatures, that is it me or is the pandemic like the biggest thirst trap of all time, right? Like, who has lovingly touched somebody in the last 6 months? If you have, I hope it's with somebody that you are with a lot, or you're probably really dumb. But that said, I think we're all starting to feel it a little bit. I mean, that's just fair to say. And as we proceed, it doesn't really seem like that's going to change for a long time. And that's maybe the most sexually repressed America's ever been. Or not, because we are descended from Puritans who just, a lot of us are, who just did their nasty in the quiet shame of society, right? But I think even their puritanical asses would be like in the middle of some kind of revolutionary sexual movement of their own by this point, because we have all been separated from each other so massively that unless you have had a partner who you haven't wanted to murder or haven't murdered at this point of quarantine, then it's just not happening. So we're going to take it in together. We're going to share our thirst for thirst. Thank you. I just want to say, like I said earlier, I want to thank the community for really helping make the show something special. That's become something that Blazing Space mentioned in the Discord today, TM, that there was a point where we kind of all thought this was just a quarantine thing that we were doing. But as we've moved along, like, this is the thing that I do now. Like, I love this in a way that I've never loved anything, really. It's so special to me. And I want to thank each and every one of you who've been tuning in. I want to thank all the hardcore people, Alex FMV, Ash Maddie, Tim Basaraba, people who tune in really regularly, who also contribute to the show sometimes as well. I want to thank all the contributors. And then, very particularly, I want to thank my producers, Mere Death and Blazing Space, for consistently creating really awesome stuff that they have shared with us, but also managing my ego and helping me understand how to improve the show and having a really great perspective. That's been amazing and made the show a lot better. So I want to thank you all very, very much, and especially. So if you're new to Weird at Night, we're a twice weekly cosmic destination for creative conversation. Happens on Tuesday and Saturday nights at 11:30 p.m. Pacific. We talk art, we talk pop culture, we laugh, we get really, really, really real, if you haven't noticed yet, and we all walk away stronger for it. So welcome to the community. And with that, I believe that we have quite a few things to share tonight. This is a super loaded episode. So it's formatted a little differently, and I think you're going to really like it. So before we go too much further, we should probably do that.
So as you know, I'm not allowed to have Red Bulls after I went overdosed on it, but Pauline says since I missed all the Red Bull cans with the brake clip, I get to try it again. Let's go try it, come on.
Dad bod.
All right, here we go. One last try. Oh, I got an extra one. Phew. Never get it.
One more try. Oh, you hit it.
If you know Tim Basaraba, as I do, he's a dear friend of mine, you know that this is never going to end in joy, okay? That just doesn't happen. So T-Basa revels in his continuing bread clip failures, but T-Basa, we love you nonetheless, and thank you for, letting us see the other side of it a little bit. T-Basa also is doing a daily comic called 100 to 46. He has his own channel in our Discord, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I just wanted to show you kind of what he's done since the last episode. As things have progressed with continuing levels of insanity from the president. T-Basa has noted that. We have the debates that are beginning soon, which, oh my God. The NRA, T-Basa feels they should be named the NARA, not a real association. I agree. So, in looking at this, like I said, we do have a Discord server that T-Bossa curates this collection there. And it's really fun. We have a great time. We hang out in between times, in between shows. So it's not just a Twitch thing. It's something that we're able to kind of enjoy more as a community. Whenever you dip in, you dip out, you have fun. But you can go check out all of Tim's strips there. You can also check it out on his Facebook, which we've shared the link to. Thank you, Ash Maddie. And it's sorry, I just distracted myself like a fool. But yes, the Discord. So hop in, join. The link's there. It's going to be fun if you do. We're actually going to start screening stuff in the Discord, and we'll talk more about that a little later. But we are moving on. And what are we moving on to? Thanking More Motion for making the background graphics for the show. That is amazing. The visual aesthetic of the show is a product of a YouTube channel called More Motion, where they let people use these graphics. So go check them out and give them a follow as well. Thank you for creating cool stuff for people to use. So moving on. Yes, truly moving on. And who do we move on to? Shady Eyes. Because Shady Eyes is the shade spear of the Weirded Night universe, the perpetual generator of meaning, generator of metaphor, generator of hope.
How could I forget to mention that I found some lizards? All you have to do is go to the river oasis here in Rio Chama. Lizard paradise. Also bird paradise. And toads. And ants. And flies. But lizards are abound. What? 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 Shady Eyes. Out of nature. Here to debraid. I know. Oh, they're so stuck.
Profound. It's hard to know what motivates Shady Eyes, and I think it's kind of beyond our level of comprehension. So I don't want to dwell too much, but perhaps in tribute we could, for just a moment, humor a celestial entity. This is Weird Night. I'm Patrick Galactic. We got a lot of shit to get to, and we're about to. But real quick, I just gotta turn this on. Effects are cool. You just have to know when not to use them. So, one of the things I wanted to say is, if you want some album recs, real quick, I got a few for you. But just a few, and we're gonna move on because we have a very, very loaded show. So one of them is Rye, the artist Rye, and the album is Blood. It came out a couple years ago, and this is definitely an album that's pretty sexy. So it stuck with me for a long time, and I would encourage you to check it out the next time you're trying to get yourself in that space where you're gonna, maybe mingle a little bit. And the second one is Lovage Songs. I believe it's called Songs to Make Love to Your Old Lady by. This is a weird collaboration between Dan the Automator, Mike Patton, and I'm spacing on her name right now, Jennifer. I can't remember right now. It came out in 2000, so it kind of precedes Dan the Automator working with Gorillaz, or it's right around that same time. Mike Patton's a weirdo. So it's just a great listen. but it's got an oddly romantic vibe. It's very theatrical, and it's really fun. So check those out. But moving right along, we are very fortunate to be able to premiere a film by Dusty Schreiber that is scored by a group called Tarsier Eyes. And we're going to throw a link to their Bandcamp and SoundCloud in the chat right now, but we're going to watch their video first. So I present to you this video. You know, Weird at Night, we may joke around, we may have some little bits here and there, but when it comes to quality weird stuff, we do not fuck around, okay? So you're in the right place if that's your vibe. Once again, that was scored by Tarsier Eyes, and the film itself was by Dusty Schreiber. So please check out the links that were dropped in the chat. Once again, very excited to be able to premiere that for you all. And I absolutely loved it. So thank them for sharing it, because honestly, it was amazing. And we have a lot more of that coming your way. We have a big epic Blazing Space bit. We have Matt Jenkins. We have Mere Death. And you will definitely not want to miss that. And so much more. So we've only just begun. So let's pay some fucking bills so we can keep moving on, huh? Weird at Night, presented to you by Feeling Suspiciously Good? Try doom scrolling, a new revolutionary mode of time travel by staring into the abyss. It won't make you feel better, but it will make you feel something. People for the Ethical Treatment of the Extremely Wealthy. Patoo! We cage 'em, you pay 'em. It's very true. Insecurity, the distrust you can trust, and associated affiliated corporate entities. Very serious matter here, folks. Don is missing. He will get in your car if you are nice and have acid. He does believe that God is in the grass, so if you see him in the grass, call 1-297-777-7999-125. Don't approach, okay? There is a $10 reward that I'm putting up personally. Actually, no, that's not true. Sorry, Blazing Space. We split that. No touching, though. Don't touch. Keep the kids and pets inside. Like I said, he will get in your car if you are nice, if you have acid. So consider that. And then finally, newly a FINEcorp company, Shitty's Pizza, the hospital is next door. Use promo code Why God Do We Suffer and get the free depubing deal, normally $4.99. Now, when you get a pizza delivered to you with the peace of mind of knowing that it has been pube scraped directly before hitting the table, I think that's a meal you can enjoy with a lot more satisfaction. Don't you? Limit one per customer, though. So even if it's 2 pizzas, you only get 1, which is kind of a weird deal. But I've talked to them, and the people at FINEcorp seem to be very reasonable. So I think we might be able to get that adjusted. But it's on the corner of 9th and Nocturnal Drive, just past the memory of your first fully charged smartphone.
In this segment, We're going to talk about rules for attending an orgy. So whether you've been invited to an orgy, you want to start your own orgy, or one that starts to happen around you, there are rules, sweaty. There are. Rules, Meredith. How could there be rules? Aren't orgies like free-for-all, anarchistic spaces? No. So let's have a costume change for real this time and get into it. All puns intended, of course. And here we are. I promised a costume change. Are you not entertained? So let's talk about some orgy do's and don'ts, tips and tricks. Tip, trick 1. Always, and this is the most important one, be consent-based. You may think you know what someone wants based on their body language. It's not enough. In all sexual practices, enthusiastic consent or nothing. Whew. Still here? Awesome. 2. And this ties back to 1. Consent, right, also requires information. So know that you're good to go, right? VD is not just for our boys abroad. And in terms of substances, moderation should be encouraged if you require such things to get your engines revving in a room. Kind of a basement room, Basements are good for this kind of stuff. They're spooky. Often you can't see in them from the outside, unless that's your thing. Anyways, digression. Okay, we should get to 3. Whew. Okay, finally. 3. Whew. Okay. Food. A lot of orgies, particularly spontaneous ones, but often the planned ones have, food. And the biggest pet peeve that I have, finger foods. The fuck is a finger food doing in a fucking orgy? Nope. Count me out. Canapes at your fucking orgy? The only canapé I'm interested in. Thanks, everybody. This wasn't the most entirely comfortable thing to film or edit, but I think you're all very neat, and I'm not propositioning you, but, go drink some water. Let's get back to the show.
It's not a mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
Please visit Not a TV on YouTube for reviews. Frozen 2 on Disney Plus for free. Knives Out on Prime Video for free. Parasite on Hulu for free. Dr. Dolittle is $6 on streaming services. Ford v Ferrari on HBO for free. Cats, $6 on streaming services. Uncut Gems on Netflix for free. Watch these reviews, then watch the films.
It's a not a mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
Thanks, Tibasa, for telling us a little more about Not a Mucho on YouTube. Make sure that you check out their channel because they're doing cool stuff, and the film reviews that Tibasa shares on the show are all there. So go check them out. And Not a Mucho is a huge booster of the show and somebody that we are very gracious to have here. That's Ash, Maddie, and Tim Basaraba in the chat if you get a chance to say hello. They are genuinely kind of friendly, maybe somewhat stinky, but people you can trust. So, we've learned some rules of an orgy. We've learned that there's complicated things that you have to consider in these matters, and we said Dirty 30, and so why not do that educating right now? Just in case. People are getting crazy, y'all. People are getting crazy. So, we're moving on. Matt Jenkins has blessed us with yet another beautiful video, this time to the amazing music of Noel Brass Jr. Last episode, we had a video from AfroCop, and we have changed the game this time, and I'm going to shut up and get to it, but we'll have more about Matt Jenkins in just a moment. What do you say? Thank you, Matt Jenkins. Thank you, Noel Brass Jr. for regaling us and anesthetizing our senses for just a moment to really take in the beauty of simplicity and maybe lack of constant flow, which is one of my favorite things in art when done well. And these two kind of know what they're doing. So once again, thank you very much. Now, here's some news. We have a brand new t-shirt design in the shop of WAN right now. And it is designed by Matt Jenkins. And it is based on animation. It is based on a different animation that we've been running periodically on the show since we started. It started out as a 15-second video. It's called It's Okay. You can go check it out in our Bits and Clips playlists on YouTube and Twitch. And it's a beautiful design. I'm actually going to have to beg your pardon here for a minute because I feel like I have to show this to you here right now. So give me one sec. We're pulling it up. All right. Okay. So let's get rid of some stupid shit so that this is easier to appreciate. Yes, so day and night, I'm sorry, I hope that's what I said. Anyway, this is the shirt, the basic t-shirt in the shop right now that you can check out. And here is the full design. And then as we found on Redbubble, which is a little confusing to navigate, this is available on a lot of different stuff. One that I saw that I thought looked absolutely cool as hell was somewhere in this vast maze of products. Is this. I really liked this dress. Thought it was so cool. Look at that. It's like an all over print. I mean, it's so cool. So anyway, Matt Jenkins is continuing to grace us with their amazing art, and we are deeply appreciative. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Noel. We are going to do something that we usually do at the very end of the show. But like I said, things are formatted a little differently tonight because it is 30 after all, right? So we're going to do some automatic writing in just a minute. Like just a minute.
Time has come. Good old Floaty can't hold any air. We don't want him to suffer.
Oh, you should have blown it up. Ouch.
He didn't suffer a bit. Bye, Floaty. You've been a real pal.
Sorry, y'all. I was legally obligated to run that due to FINEcorp being such a big booster of the show now. So sorry. Anyway, you can subscribe to the channel. It does help us and our, it makes us less reliant on people like FINEcorp to make things happen. Because honestly, surveying this tonight seems a little weird. I don't know if I like it. Starting to kind of wonder. Anyway, I'm sure that won't be important. Anyway, moving right along. So we're going to do some automatic writing. Now, if you've never done that before, what automatic writing is I'm going to count down from 10, and as I do, you clear your mind. And then when I say go, you start writing in the chat. But you just keep writing during the silence. And then when I say stop, we all hit enter and everybody shares it. And so I think we can make this really fun. So we've done it many times. Let's do it again. So I'm going to start counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Stop. Hit enter. All right. And while we're doing that, I want to encourage everybody after the show, once we finish with automatic writing, once we see this epic tale from Blazing Space and TC Blackout, we're going to all run over to Jerome. I'm Jerome's Twitch channel and listen to their post-show DJ set or mix that they put together specifically for Dirty 30. Make sure we all do that. And I'm going to throw Jerome's link in the chat because I don't know if I actually had Ash Maddie. I don't know if I actually sent it to you. I'm sorry. So we're doing that now. Twitch.tv. Blazing Space, I only assumed it would be related. So if TC Blackout's not here, then maybe I'm wrong. But we're going to read this automatic writing now because it looks like they've all come in. This is what I wrote. This has been a great night for me. I feel really good. It's great to see that the lizard was finally found and such. Oh, hey, it's also important to note that graves have been dug for a lot of latent, miserable ants that continue to want the same old colony. But proceeding it feels like a time to be healthy in my mind, and I got to stop eating at Shitties, which I really do. Alex F and V. I listened to Sleater Kinney for 2 days straight, and then went to go visit my best friend. The two aren't connected. Excuse, I used to listen to them with her. I hugged her, and she's the first person outside of family I've hugged since March. Hugs are fucking important. I forgot that. They are fucking important. Let me see if I can... Woo! Anomic 84. I don't think I contain the ability to maintain a random unguided thought sequence, but can anyone? There's a piece of pink paper I hung on my wall from like 12 years ago that a girl wrote on for me at one of my first shows ever reading Don't Wake Up on Fire. And I really hope I didn't piss her off. My lyrics used to be so ignorant. I miss the KTUB and Redmond Firehouse and having a car to be able to drive to shows and shows. I wonder when my music studio desk will come. These rack units are Blaze in space. What do you mean? The COPR reads this, whatever. I remember this time in college in a garage when we watched our beautiful artifact of a bong break. It was called Barack Obonga. And I said, we killed... Okay. Over the phone, and everyone was very paranoid about the FBI listening in, and I saying the thing. I wonder if now that I type that twice, the show will get national exposure. Looking at you, Mere Death, in the national know about us. Jeluminatel. Too much rosemary, not enough baby back ribs. Would be a nice meal. Place this segues into the beyond. The next exit, take a right to assemble. Matt Jenkins. Somehow I keep going on without looking back to the wonders of my ever-present dismal trying to fluttering past a psychomatic interference of bubble butts, cupcake sandwiches taking flight in a snow globe, red-blue color, filled bandana, punch. Gaylor? Ash Maddie. Every single item must be analyzed and considered. Who could benefit most from having it? Is there an emotional connection, a memory to tie to it? Can it be brought on Craigslist more easily, or should it traverse the mountain pass? These are the questions that shall be answered this weekend. I got some dishes and a charger for my wife. All right. Well, it seems as though that is all of them. Thank you all for participating in this wonderful activity we call automatic writing. It was preached by the Surrealists and developed by Surrealists in the early 20th century. So that's why we do it here. And thanks for hanging out while we did it. So I promised you an epic blazing space tale that might involve TC Blackout, just because I thought maybe. But we'll see. We'll see.
And no one has a right to try to tell another human being whom he or she can or should love.
But when you wrote Giovanni's Room a long time ago, that was quite a brave book to bring out, wasn't it? It was about love, but it was about homosexual love, but it was about love. But you deliberately put in homosexual love, presumably.
Well, the boy is in the middle. It's not so much about homosexuality at all. It's about what happens to you if you can't love anybody. It doesn't make any difference whether you can't love a woman, can't love a man, you can't love anybody. You're dangerous. Because you have no way of learning humility. No way of learning that other people suffer. And no way of learning how to use your suffering and theirs to get from one place to another. In short, you fail the human responsibility, which is to love each other.
And when we're all lost, what do? In our route across the great Southwest, starting with Phoenix, Arizona.
And this is the interesting thing about the whole thing.
Welcome to Blazing Space with Blazing Space.
This is TC Blackout, and I'm here to let you know that I'm tired of Blazing Space's shit. From out here, recommending things, having a good time, putting positive energy out there. And you know what? I have positive energy to put out there, and I'm gonna put it out there for you instead. Even though my jets went off, I'm gonna let you have a good time. And here's how. I believe in movies. I love movies. Tough time for everybody. So here's some fucking recommendations.
Something about this segment feels very interrupty. I wonder if this is that TC Blackout that everybody's been talking about. I gotta look into this.
Alright, lock yourselves in. Ready to tell you lefty Lucy. Boom! First recommendation, Harvey. Harvey is a Jimmy Stewart movie. Probably, definitely, 100% my favorite Jimmy Stewart movie. He's an alcoholic. His best friend's a 6-foot tall invisible rabbit. And everyone gives him shit for it, but he doesn't give a damn. You know why? Because he's living the best life. You know what Harvey taught me watching that movie? Is that in life, you can either be smart or you can be pleasant. I'm spending a lot of my life being smart. Honestly, I choose to be pleasant. It's way more fun. You should watch that movie. It's fucking fantastic.
I introduced them to Harvey, and he's bigger and grander than anything they offer me. And when they leave impressed.
Second movie, recommendation for Joy. Gonna be a weird one. Hear me out. Harold and Maude. It's about a young teenager who doesn't appreciate life, falling in love with an octogenarian who understands the beauty of life. And through that relationship, this young teenager kind of understands that things might be hard, they might be privileged, they might have more than others and be upset with it. But there's a truth beyond themselves. And there's an honesty beyond who you are as a person and who you are as an individual and where we are in the context of the whole world. And what I love about Harold Maude, it's easy to talk about the old age difference, you know, old person, young person, being in love, having sex, blah, 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 blah. But what it really is a story by Hal Ashby about what you can teach. The positivity. I fucked up in my life and I learned this and I can tell you that. And maybe you'll take that advice and improve yourself. And maybe you'll ignore it and just keep making the same mistakes. But that's your choice. Because here we are, telling you what I've experienced and what you're experiencing. And it's different. So we lived in different times. But overall, the idea of passing the torch and being like, I've made mistakes and you're gonna make mistakes, but please don't make the mistakes I made. Please love the world in a way I wish I could love it soon. And that's why I love Harold.
Are you uncomfortable meeting new people? Can God influence our lives? Does your personal religion or philosophy include a life after death?
And then the third Joy movie recommendation I have for you. It's my personal favorite movie. It touches my heart. It's my dad's favorite movie. And it's a good, bad, and ugly. And it's a problematic movie, but it's not a problematic movie, but it is a problematic movie. What I love about The Good, Bad, the Ugly is it's 3 films in one film, and it's always been a connection I had with my dad. And my dad's tried his best to be a good dad, and he's done a good job. And he's always there for me. And it's one of those movies where we could just sit there, and it doesn't matter what time it started, we could watch the whole thing. And it's just a story of people trying to be people, and none of them are good, but some of them are trying, and some of them are failing, and some of them will never achieve, but they're trying. And the guy who's the most obviously bad guy, the bad, look at the bad and ugly, isn't trying. But the ugly's trying. And the good is sort of trying. And there's so much in this world where just sort of trying is what we need. And shooting a man in a bathtub that's trying to shoot you is okay. Fucked up, okay. And petting a kitten cat, or kitty cat, not kitten cat, a kitty cat, during cannon fire, that's a pretty good thing to do. Anyways, find your love, find your joy, shine on. Music is beautiful, movies are beautiful, paintings are beautiful. The ramblings of the person on your street could potentially be beautiful, depending. And just shine on, everybody. Have a good night.
And then the other matter came up. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. What other matter?
Ein Moment. The peach-colored payphone in a bathroom in Munich is calling America selfishly. The self-styled warlock with the tincture of lotus holding a handheld recorder. To my beak, I'm an interviewee. As if to say, this is important. Now I know you're not listening. This is what love is for. Jeff Tweedy, adult head.
3 martinis, Mr. Krager.
This is Emo Blazing Space. Reminding you to wash your fucking hands for 20 seconds. What are you, a fucking idiot? Want somebody to die because of you? Just wash your hands for 20 seconds. Fuck. Life is a black abyss. See, that's the other thing. When you're in public, wear a mask.
Envy, happiness.
I'm going to give you all a couple tips if anybody's experiencing a lot of anxiety during this time, or, you know, having some trauma responses. It really comes down to the body. You got to calm the body down or tire it out, so the mind doesn't have the evidence of your body's reaction. Then the mind can see, oh, I'm not in danger right now, and unpack the trauma response. So running works really well for me. I mean, I literally can run away from what I'm anxious about. Slow ambient music is really good too. So dig into that. Mogwai, Boards of Canada, Gaussian Curve, Alice Coltrane, that type of music. Some other things, fruit or sugar right when I wake up in the morning. Orange juice works really well for me. I also take L-theanine supplements, which is basically a bunch of magnesium and a little bit of matcha from a green tea extract, and it just kind of chills you out. You don't really feel it, but over time I just stopped having panic attacks, and that really helped. Green tea instead of coffee. Anything tedious, I like to color, so I get a lot of coloring books, and I usually color in birds and stuff. But anything that's tedious or simple, definitely you want to do body check-ins. So, you know, where are you feeling the trauma? Ooh, like for me, my shoulders are really tight. So sometimes just going, oh, my shoulders are really tight, I must be anxious, I should loosen my shoulders. And sometimes that's enough. So, you know, take a beat, hydrate, and eat. Cardio is your friend. It feels kind of cheesy to do, but this is my go-to when I'm triggered, and it always works in 10 minutes for me. It's called EFT. It's a tapping meditation, and essentially you're tapping different points, pressure points on your body, and you're calling out the anxiety and how you're experiencing it, what it feels like, and reminding yourself that you know what it feels like to feel calm. And like I said, it's all about bringing your body down, and then your brain can start to unpack, oh, I'm remembering some trauma I had, or this triggered me, and things like that, and then you can really process it. But the key is calming your body down, so dancing!
Society, anxiety, and depression will be my demise. If I rely on it, and I deny truth, or I despise me when I decide to, this society, anxiety, and depression will be my demise. I can't let it get to me too much, cause this society's anxiety of depression will be my demise. I always never follow my advice. Pretty much oxymoronic how I ride through life. Can't get enough, nowhere near Bear Grylls, but I'm survival type in rap's mission 1. Yeah, rap's mission 1. I'm not cool, I'm rather rude. I hate everything I'm not you. I'm swagger's proof that it's not just about what I rock. I'm Spock. Peace to all you fools that lost cause I ain't following y'all, even though I should probably give in. I cause my own problems cause I know I won't fit in. My resistance towards meeting people causes me to look different. So fuck how you feel about me, this is how I'm living. Prick, you limited, I'm shit limitless. So I'm finna get so unpopular, they'll drop all my benefits. But where my benefits at? I'm a chemist with being infinitely able to mix raps, ignorance with live instruments. Society, anxiety, and depression will be my demise. If I rely on it and I deny truth, or I despise me when I decide to.
Having fun together makes a party. This means both hosts and guests.
Now I just wanted to turn the episode over to Stardust and see what she had to say about everything. That's a good point, Stardust. I think just a little bit of emptiness and just chilling with the environment and the sounds in your own head is important, you know? Just a little bit of empty mind can go a long way. Good point, Stardust, good point.
Am I coming? No, actually, I'm going. Thank you. Say hi to your mother.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out for the Dirty 30. Had a blast with you all. I hope you had a good time. And what you should do right now, and I'm throwing it up in the chat, is go join Jerome on Twitch on their channel right now. Go check it out. I'm about to run the credits and hit the Discord and stream Jerome. Thank you all. This has been a blast. Love you. Have a great night.
1, 2, 3.